Have you ever wondered if the way we date today is actually what God intended? You might be surprised to learn that the concept of dating as we know it, casual, romantic relationships for fun or trial, is completely absent from the Bible. In fact, if you look closely, the biblical model for finding a life partner is radically different from modern dating culture. Let's explore why dating might be unbiblical and what a more God-honoring approach could look like. First, let's be clear. The word dating isn't in the Bible. What we do find is a very intentional, purpose-driven path toward marriage. In the Old Testament, marriages were often arranged by families, like when Abraham sent his servant to find a wife for his son Isaac in Genesis 24. This wasn't a cold transaction. It was a process guided by prayer and a deep commitment to finding a spouse from within their community of faith. The focus was on shared faith and family lineage, not on a feeling of chemistry or a series of trial runs. The New Testament continues this theme of intentionality. The Apostle Paul in 2 Corinthians 6:14 gives a very clear instruction. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. A yoke is a wooden beam that joins two oxen together to plow a field. If one ox is stronger or pulls in a different direction, the work becomes impossible, and both animals suffer. Paul uses this powerful image to illustrate the importance of being unified in faith with a potential spouse. Modern dating often encourages us to test out relationships with people of different beliefs, hoping we can change them or that our differences won't matter. But the Bible warns that this path leads to spiritual struggle and compromise. The core purpose of a Christian relationship is to glorify God together, and that's incredibly difficult when you're pulling in opposite spiritual directions. Another major issue with modern dating is its tendency to awaken love before its time. The Song of Solomon, a beautiful book of poetry about love and marriage, repeats a crucial phrase 3 times. Do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. This is a caution against stirring up romantic and physical desires outside of the secure context of marriage. Modern dating culture often does the exact opposite. It's built on a foundation of emotional and physical intimacy that progressively escalates. This can lead to what the Bible calls defrauding your brother or sister in Christ, as mentioned in 1 Thessalonians 4:6. This means stirring up desires in someone that you cannot righteously fulfill within God's design. A date might imply a level of commitment that isn't actually there, leading to heartbreak and emotional baggage. The biblical model protects the heart by keeping the path to marriage clear and committed. Think about the emphasis on purity. 1 Thessalonians 4:3-5 says, For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God. Modern dating often puts people in situations where temptation is high and boundaries are blurred. The world tells us that physical intimacy is a normal part of getting to know someone. But the Bible is unwavering. Sexual intimacy is a gift reserved for the covenant of marriage. By creating a culture of one-on-one, late-night, unsupervised time together, dating often sets people up for failure in this area. A biblical approach prioritizes purity and holiness, which means creating an environment of accountability and wisdom. So, if dating is out, what's the alternative? It's often called courtship or intentional relationship. This isn't about returning to arranged marriages, but about reclaiming the biblical principles of purpose, purity, and community. Instead of asking, who am I attracted to? The question becomes, who is a godly person that I could see myself serving God with for a lifetime? Instead of a series of casual, private dates, the process of getting to know someone happens within the context of community, with family, friends, and church mentors involved. This provides wisdom, protection, and accountability. In a courtship model, the intention is clear from the beginning, to determine if this person is a suitable spouse. There's no game playing or ambiguity. A man, recognizing a woman's godly character, might approach her father or a mentor to express his interest in getting to know her with the goal of marriage. The relationship then develops in group settings and under the watchful care of their community. This isn't about being restrictive, it's about being wise. Proverbs 4:23 says, Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Intentional courtship is a practical way to guard your heart and the heart of the other person. This approach also redefines the purpose of the relationship. Modern dating is often self-centered. What can this person do for me? How do they make me feel? A biblical courtship is God-centered and others-centered. The questions become, how can we better serve God together than we can apart? How can I help this person grow in their walk with Christ? The focus shifts from personal fulfillment to kingdom purpose. Marriage in the Bible isn't primarily about personal happiness. It's a living picture of Christ's relationship with the church, as described in Ephesians 5. It's a covenant of selfless love, sacrifice, and mutual submission for the glory of God. A relationship built on that foundation from the very beginning has a much stronger chance of reflecting that beautiful reality. Let's look at the story of Ruth and Boaz. It's a beautiful example of biblical courtship principles in action. Ruth didn't try to get Boaz's attention with flirtation. Instead, she demonstrated incredible character, loyalty, and a strong work ethic. Boaz, in turn, noticed her virtue. He didn't ask her out on a date. He provided for her, protected her, and spoke honorably of her. Their interaction was public, respectful, and guided by the wisdom of an elder, Naomi. When the time was right, the process of commitment was formal and handled according to the law. Their relationship was built on character, honor, and community oversight, not on fleeting romantic feelings. So to summarize, the modern dating system can be problematic for a Christian because it often lacks purpose, encourages emotional and physical intimacy. Outside of marriage is unequally yoked with the world's values and can lead to heartbreak and impurity. A biblical approach, or courtship, is centered on a clear intention of marriage, conducted within community, prioritizes purity, and is focused on glorifying God. This isn't about legalism or a rigid set of rules. It's about wisdom. It's about aligning our hearts and our relationships with God's perfect design. God isn't trying to rob you of joy. He's trying to protect you and lead you into the most fulfilling, Christ-honoring relationship possible. By moving away from the world's model of dating and embracing a more intentional biblical framework, we can build relationships that are not only healthier for us, but also bring glory to Him. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a challenging topic, but I hope it's given you something to think about and pray over. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that dives deep into what it means to live a life fully devoted to Christ. See you in the next video.